It's that time of the week again to put your feet up, pour yourself a glass of something.
And spend the next hour saying, I wish I could paint like that.
Or they chose that one? Welcome to Portrait Artist of the Year. Today, 9 talented painters are hoping that their skill will be enough to win this year's prize. A £10,000 commission to paint classical violinist Nicola Benedetti for the Scottish National Portrait Gallery.
Of the artists arriving at Battersea Art Centre today, 4 are professional. Lynn Kennedy, Gabriella Cohen, Phyllis Dupuis, and Lee K. Barry.
I tend to use full days, weeks, working on different paintings, so this is going to be a real challenge to try and get it all done in that time.
And 5 are amateur. Amy Coleman, Jana Forrester, Charlie Hardcastle, Alex Cooper, and Xin-Chu Zhan.
I changed my composition. I was being over-ambitious.
Although we love it when people are over-ambitious and it all goes wrong. It's great.
Yeah.
It's great sort of
a dramatic effect.
Yeah.
As the artists unpack their tools for the day, the judges look at the submissions that won them a place in the heat.
Well, I can't think of anything better, looking at a wall of painting with my 3 knowledgeable friends. It makes me feel like a prince. So, let's start in a purple vein.
The eyes are beautifully painted. There's a kind of discordant tone between the blue eyes and the purple jumper.
I think she was very clever to put that square of purple behind her head as well. It brings your eyes to rest on the face.
The lighting is used to put the face in shade. So this is a study of the face hiding.
And that shadow under the plant, I just adore.
Next, we have a kind of blue.
Yeah, I mean, it's luscious and almost underwater in the quality that it gives us.
The off-kilter pose gives it a real sense of dynamism, energy, and tension.
We move on to the woman who fell to earth.
It's just superb, this painting. It's a kind of alien, android kind of figure wearing a bonnet.
That's pretty much it, yeah.
Right.
I love it too. I mean, of course, I need to see if this artist actually looks anything like this.
Well, they'll be easy to spot if they do.
They will.
It's enigmatic. You presume it's the same person. But what I think is really beautiful about it is the way the 2 hands come together. It's just caught this sense of tenderness really well.
I love it. I think it's great, really promising.
OK, who's that girl?
Oh, this is such a gorgeous little painting. I mean, the sitter looks like they're too young to be in this show.
Attitude, the tilt of the head is lovely. It's just a charming portrait, really. This is such a well-constructed painting. It's on a square. We've got these various rectangles within it. We've even got instructions with burnt sienna and titanium white. It's almost a sort of how to get into Portrait Artist of the Year kind of instructions.
Now, Vincent.
My favourite artist is here. It is a nod to Van Gogh, who, of course, liked people in exactly this format, this turn of the shoulder.
I mean, that scarf is just fantastic, isn't it?
And finally, why does it always rain on me?
A really sensitive, considered portrait.
Beautifully melancholic.
He's just trying to work out who he is. I think we've all stood looking at the mirror trying to work out who we are.
I know I have. Well, 9 artists whose talent sings out. Will they find harmony today? Artists, you will be reaching for the stars today as you are painting a celebrated space scientist who presents the TV astronomy programme, The Sky at Night. Please welcome Dr. Maggie Aderin-Pocock. Hello, Maggie. How are you feeling about today?
Slightly nervous. I'm a bit of a fidget.
Oh, are you? Okay.
Sorry, guys.
Right. Well, they'll have to whip you into shape then, won't they? I mean, obviously you're a scientist and you're very knowledgeable. Are you expecting to come across as in a sort of confident way?
I think in a portrait, I think perhaps you see someone's vulnerability, you see behind the facade. So I'm hoping they might capture some of the inner Maggie, and I might actually discover what the inner Maggie is as well.
Well, that would be a result. That'd be great.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I will leave you in the very capable hands of your artists.
Fantastic.
Good
Thank
luck.
you.
Thank you.
Yes, I will try and keep still. So I guess, so how do you want me?
Don't cross your legs.
Lovely, yes. And apologies for the dress. I was going to wear a single colour, but I got carried away. So
No,
there's a
no,
pattern now.
it's beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Artists, your sitter not only has an OBE for services to history and community integration, he also has a BAFTA for his series Britain's Forgotten Slave Owners. Here's the historian and presenter, David Olusoga.
Oh, God.
Hello.
Hi.
You're very welcome, David. Well, let's talk history, shall we?
Yes.
Is history something we're all seeking the final definitive account of things?
No, it's a guide to where we're going at very best. At worst, it's just a list of cautionary tales.
Because we're living through a time in which there seems to be lots more unearthed stories that we didn't know about.
Well, I think we chose not to know about a lot of our history. And younger people don't have the same relationship with the past, and they're willing to look at things that have been brushed under the carpet. So this is, I think, a generational change.
How interesting is that? What I'm going to do now is leave you to the tender mercies of the artist.
Thank
Over to you.
So I've never done this before. Just tell me what to do.
The main thing is for you to be comfortable.
I'm good at that.
Artists, it's time to raise the bar because your sitter was the Royal Ballet's youngest ever principal dancer. And as if that wasn't enough, he's also an actor and a model. Please welcome Sergei Polunin. Hello. Hello. Have a seat. How are you feeling?
Exciting.
Yeah?
Looking forward to see what's going to be out there.
Now, you're a ballet dancer, so you spend your whole life moving.
Yes, constantly moving. Yes, I think dance is life. It is constantly moving. I will be twitching.
Well, this is it. You're not allowed to constantly move today.
Really?
You know that. Well, I will leave you in the hands of your artists. I wish you all good luck.
Thank you. I'm a little bit nervous.
You're not the only one.
Artists, you have 4 hours to complete your portrait. Good luck, everyone. Your time starts now.
If you could look just somewhere this way.
We're comfortable already.
Two artists will work in acrylic and 7 will be using oils today. But they all have different ways of starting.
A different camera, for sort of physical rather than digital.
Yeah, they add a cool effect.
Once the artists have selected their sitter's photo and completed a basic outline, some feel ready to hone in on the detail.
I like to spend a lot of time getting the drawing perfect. If the drawing's wrong, then the painting's going to be wrong. So I like to have a good likeness, as good as I can.
Charlie Hardcastle graduated in painting from the Edinburgh College of Art in 2020. His signature style combines simple forms and background with detailed portrayals of the elements he most enjoys painting. Charlie, it's crucial, it seems to me, to get that outline right.
I've liked the contrast between the outline of the clothes and the hair and then the face, which is quite realistic. I generally paint most of the skin and then I go in with details and like the eyes and lips and things like that.
It's very difficult when you've got a profile, isn't it?
Yeah, but I'm glad I've got a kind of tiny hint of the other eye. I think the eyes are probably the most important part for me, because I feel like they can either make or break it and bring it to life, usually.
OK, thanks very much, Charlie.
Thanks.
I do the eyes first, and then I kind of judge everything else from where the eyes are. And I took a photo to see the shapes, but mostly I'll be working from life to see all the colours.
17-year-old Amy Coleman is from Cork and the youngest contestant this year. Her submission in acrylic took her 22 hours and is her first ever self-portrait. Amy, do you paint people from life often?
Never.
Is this the first time?
Yeah, basically.
Wow. It's a very different thing, isn't it, when they're sitting there?
Yeah.
What have you found difficult?
I have problems with likeness sometimes, and I'd say his one is also quite difficult. It's more the face shape.
Right. How are you feeling about that moment when you have to show him what you've done?
Oh, I feel nervous because right now I'm kind of hidden, even though I know it's right there. So I hope you like it.
Yeah.
Zinchu, I walked past before, and I'm sure there was a different version of Sergei on your canvas.
So I changed my composition. Initially, I actually included half of the body, and I think I was being a little bit over-ambitious, so I decided to be more realistic.
Although we love it when people are over-ambitious and it all goes wrong. It's great.
Yeah.
It's great sort of
dramatic effect.
Yeah.
Zinchu Zhan grew up in China and now lives in Brighton, where he works for the pensions regulator. His self-portrait was a play on 2 different types of light and took 7 hours.
Now, you're measuring very carefully using this divider.
Yeah, I'm basically measuring the distance between nose and the chin, like what you do with the brush. But I think the reason I use these ones is because they have sharper points.
And is there some measurement in the face that you use as the key to the measure?
The nose.
The nose?
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, look, it's a beautiful start, so I'll let you carry on.
Thank you.
Lee, you're making quite a mess, aren't you?
The floor is lava right now.
Yeah. Looking at that, you think this man is meticulous, he's precise, he's ordered. No, he's not.
And then you look at the floor.
No, he's a mucky pup, is what he is.
Lee K. Barry studied fine art at Leeds University. While his style is influenced by Van Gogh and Gauguin, his colourful palette evolved through his extensive travels.
Not everyone here has had the opportunity to paint people from life. Is that something you've done much of?
Yeah, I was challenged to race from Amsterdam to Monaco by selling my art in exchange for money. You know, at school, people can say, art don't get you anywhere. But
art got you to...
It got me halfway around the world.
Excellent. Well, let's see how far this takes you.
We'll see.
You see what I did there?
The artists have now been painting for almost an hour.
Amy, you seem to be on a mission.
I tend to get too into the painting, and then when I step back, I can kind of see that things don't.
Amy, everybody has that problem.
Yeah.
This is quite difficult. Well, I haven't actually done the face yet, so when I do that, I think I'll probably get a better idea of how it's looking.
It's very important that I try to be me rather than try to guess what the judges want. People have different perceptions about art, so what's good in one person's eye might be something different in another person's eye.
It's an hour in for artists painting dancer Sergei Polunin, historian David Olusoga, and space scientist Maggie Aderin-Pocock. And while some progress quickly, one artist has spent the first hour carefully preparing her reference images and has only just started working on her canvas.
Gabriella, we've got a little Polaroid station here. What is it about them for you that's so appealing?
I really like the soft, romantic effect they add, and I think you can really achieve that with oil paints.
OK.
Gabriella Cohen is a fine art graduate from Staines. She enjoys creating characters, and even her self-portrait combined a miniature bonneted Victorian figure with a Bowie-inspired alien.
Your submission has this kind of futuristic quality to it, and that's largely achieved through the kind of colours you're using. What are you giving us today?
I think I want to keep it a bit more normal instead of imposing my own narrative. But I definitely want it to look slightly unusual.
Slightly unusual.
Change a few colours here and there and make it look a bit more mysterious.
Good. Well, I look forward to seeing this romantic Polaroid Maggie emerge through your particular way of doing it.
Thank you.
Artists often bring particular items they couldn't do without, from special brushes
This is my favourite.
to less conventional materials.
The lentils are a great way to support these dirty brushes without them falling over.
But many take their cue from the old masters.
There's one colour that I like, that's burnt sienna. I wouldn't be able to be without that. I always seem to have to get burnt sienna and titanium white, which is why I put it in my self-portrait, just as a to get.
Lynn Kennedy is a former photographer and animator from Shankill, who took up painting in 2017 and within 2 years had won both the Zurich Portrait and Ruth Borchardt prizes.
What a fine portrait, Lynn.
Thank you very much.
So the striking feature of Maggie's look is that amazing necklace.
I just really like the sparkle of it, and it looks really nice against her skin, and I just thought that would help me figure out the colours around if I put it in. And I just found out that there's a little bit of moon dust in Maggie's necklace.
Wow. Where'd you get the moon dust from? The moon?
I live there myself. Well, actually, my husband gave it to me as a present.
Who's selling moon dust?
Actually, I think you can
Has
get...
Buzz Aldrin got a kind of out of
Grinds
his
them up.
back shed? Yeah.
Well, over 100 kilograms of moon rock came back to Earth. There's probably still a bit knocking around.
I'm quite competitive, so my preparation really started the minute I found out I was chosen to come on it, and I have painted 3 or 4 portraits a week.
Alex Cooper is a former picture framer from Leicestershire. Having won Portrait Artist of the Week, painting Claire Balding, she's found her calling and is keen to study and paint as many portraits as she can. Well, Alex, what do you make of David as a sitter?
He's very good. I can tell that it's not a natural state for him, sitting and doing nothing. His head's whirring around with thoughts. And you really want to get the essence of the person over, don't you? Even the way the collar is and the shoulders sit can tell something about someone. So hopefully it'll be enough to give a bit of him.
Don't put yourself down. Each week, the sets reflect an aspect of nature and the environment.
They're very flattering, these colours behind our sitters.
It's all about snow and ice.
Right.
One always thinks of ice as white, but of course, in further reaches, it has got these beautiful colours. We've got glacial ice, where the blue is just bonkers. And in the shadows, you get these incredibly deep turquoises. Here on the right, it's as though we were standing in an Arctic landscape. Rocky promontories with a bit of snow on it, the darker blues. And finally, we have a rather dull urban snow.
Well, don't tell David he's sitting in front of cold urban sludge.
Yeah, David is very interesting, and I realise he's a man of words. But there's a tension there, and I think it's because he isn't in his natural milieu, which is communicating ideas.
Yeah.
What's lovely about Maggie is that she's smiling, she's engaging with her artist.
She's fascinating because she's so animated when you interact with her. It'd be lovely to get a bit of that in a portrait, but that only happens when you're talking to her.
I'm hoping they not only get the information from the tablet and her and rest, but actually from conversation with her.
Sergei is a dancer.
He's a dancer, he's an actor, and he expresses himself that way. He was concentrating hard, but I think he's a bit more relaxed now.
Yeah.
And that might be quite interesting for our artists, that they get a different view of him.
Yes, it takes a while to get to know people and for them to stop being on their best behaviour.
That, exactly. And we're interested in the
Who
other
they
stuff.
really are, yes.
This experience harder than I thought. Not necessarily sitting down, but artists actually reading information of me. So I have to concentrate, I have to give my best, and it's not as easy as I thought.
I guess one of the things about portraiture is that it can break through barriers when it's done brilliantly. Well, I think all of us conceal our inner selves every day of our lives. So I'm curious to see whether aspects about myself that I recognize but don't project can be picked up by the artists.
It's funny, I think my sense of sound is heightened because I can't see what they're doing. So I'm listening to every, ooh, what was that? And hearing brush strokes. You don't know what's happening, but I find that really exciting.
So, Phyllis, I'm feeling the warmth and generosity of our sitter, both through her, but also through your work.
It was great to see her and her smiling face. Who could ask for more?
Absolutely. And I can see quite a lot of colour in Maggie's face that I don't actually see there. Will that still remain there, or is that really for blending later on?
I would hope to leave some of it there because there are lots of wonderful reflections happening. I mean, colour is the thing that excites me, really.
Originally from Canada, Phyllis Dupuy moved to the UK in 1979, where she exhibited her ceramic work for 25 years. She created her self-portrait to capture the mood of winter despondency.
It was so good in your self-portrait, with the light on one side and then that lovely shadow on the other. I can see the beginning of it starting here.
Well, it does tend to create more drama, I think.
How are you going to bring that drama in apart from the colour and the light?
Well, there's bound to be some vines creeping over her dress.
Really? Oh, I see.
The pattern that's already there.
Well, it's a beautiful beginnings, really.
Thanks very much.
Lovely.
Thank you.
Artists often prefer to make key creative decisions independently, but certain sitters inspire a more collaborative approach.
So, what do you want from this commission? Are there any colours you hate?
I love blue. So blue is the colour
I will
I normally
incorporate
wear.
blue into this. Blue or yellow? They're two extremes.
I almost wore something yellow, and I didn't think it would go with this background, so I changed my mind.
I'm going to use that as indication to do yellow. Thank you.
Jana Forrester is a medical physics student at UCL. Her self-portrait shows the light distorted on her face through her bathroom window and was inspired by studies of Picasso's Blue Period.
Jana, I'm inclined to ask you, are you mad? Where's the yellow come from?
I asked David, and very hard
It's his fault.
No. I like just having really bright, vibrant colours.
It's quite a strong colour to be working against.
Yeah. I think it's his skin. I see it from the skin.
You see the yellow relating to the skin. Do you prefer darker skinned sitters?
Yeah, I think it's just so much more going on in the darker skin, so much more colours to experiment with.
It makes the creative process more interesting.
Yeah.
Well, it's a great start, and I can't wait to see how David's going to appear in that sea of yellow.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The artists are almost halfway through their portraits.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I've already put down all the colours and now I'm refining the features.
I suppose getting the foundations right is the critical, like a building or anything else.
Yeah, definitely. I think I'm on track now.
What I have left to do is the hair, because right now he's bald, so it might be important to put hair onto him.
Sinchu, how's it going?
Struggling a bit.
Are you?
Yes.
Yeah.
I struggle with mixing colours.
Well, that's the drama of paintings. They come, they go.
Absolutely.
But you still got time. All is not lost.
Yeah, I'll do my best.
It's halfway through the heat for artist painting historian David Olusoga, dancer Sergei Polunin, and space scientist Maggie Aderin-Pocock.
Well, we've got very vivid sitters. So what kind of a morning have we had?
I think it's been a good morning, and I think all our artists have made a really splendid start.
So David is being painted by Charlie, Gianna and Alex. Now, he's a very interesting sitter because they've each taken a different point of view, haven't they?
I think David is quite a complex sitter, and I think all the three artists have had to look for a different aspect.
Well, I think Charlie's given us a David that looks as if he's about to step out of the freezer. It's all silvery and really cold with that background.
It's minimal within its tone and colour range, and I think it's very beautiful at the moment.
Now, let's look at the paintings of Sergei. Zinju has gone for the larger body. How's he doing?
I thought that Zinju got a lovely likeness first thing.
It's beautiful, and he has caught something in the way Sergei holds his head on his shoulders. You get that sense of a man comfortable in his body.
What about Lee?
Lee is a riot of colour. I mean, it's interesting what he's creating because it's like a tapestry. It's a very promising beginning.
I think Amy's doing incredibly well for a young artist. There's a sense that we have an artist who is very good at getting likeness, and she's flowing with confidence. Really extraordinary.
Now, Maggie is a hugely exuberant personality, and I think she's conjured up exuberant portraits, hasn't she?
It's very difficult when Maggie is in repose, and I think what Phyllis has been able to do is find that, and that is very hard to do.
Now, Gabriella, I have a sense that it's compressed energy, which is something that's true of Maggie.
Yeah, it is. And, you know, a Polaroid has a compressed energy, and it has this soft, kind of unusual light.
I think Gabriella's colours are stunning. It's a very alien way of painting to me, but I think it's a magical piece of work.
Well, I think all round they're doing fantastically well.
I'm quite apprehensive about having my picture taken because people see you in a different way. And you think, oh, is that me? But I think a portrait gives you a different insight because there is the physical form, but I think a portrait goes to the inner form as well. So I'm seeing how I might be seen by the artists.
Alex feels like somebody who's got her methodology down. She knows what she's doing. Jenny feels more experimental. She's very interested in what I think. And Charlie's been really quiet, secretive, so I'm particularly interested to see what he's come up with.
I painted once after a really horrible rehearsal, and I was really upset. So I put all my hatred into one painting, which I did like in red and black colors, and that was okay after.
Competing with so many talented artists, having a distinct style helps if you want to grab the judges' attention.
Gabriella, the way you use your palette is totally alien to me. The colour choices make it feel sort of vintage.
Yeah, I've tried to be experimental with the colours. Hopefully the dreamy quality will come from the colours that I've used.
Well, you've been very mysterious.
Like my painting.
Like your painting. You want something withheld.
I want to capture part of the sitter's personality, but also give a magical fairy tale representation of the person. It's more unusual than just creating an exact copy of the sitter.
These artists are so difficult.
Charlie, are you going to leave the hair as this ghostly outline as we saw in your submission?
Yeah, I think so. My style is quite delicate. I might go in with like a really, really fine brush and just outline some more of the individual hairs and things like that. But yeah, I'm not going to attempt the hair as a whole.
So there's a nice combination of the undone and the done.
Yeah, exactly.
You're the only artist putting the hands in. Why did you do that?
You know, the pictures that we take of ourselves and pictures that we take of others are often just head and shoulders. So it is nice to get the hands in as well. It's nice to have a little bit more of the person.
Well, you've got so much of Maggie as a person there already. I think you could probably stop. Fantastic.
Well, I have a bit more to do yet.
Artists see colour differently, but the skill lies in how they interpret that on canvas. And faced with so many colours, there's plenty here to test their mettle. I notice you've got green colours in the hair, Phyllis.
Yes, and the shadow, they change colour from the front to the back. And I thought the colours might be tricky to work in with her dress. It's just a matter of trying to use a more harmonious way of attacking the colour combination.
She's an enormously exuberant presence.
She really is, and that's what I love about her, and I hope I can bring a bit of that to the painting.
It's wonderful. Thank you.
In terms of colour mixing, I find that challenging because I've not had a chance to do any live painting in ages, so I got used to mixing colour to a screen. On the screen, you can just match your colour dead on, whereas when you start to look at the actual sitter and the environment, the colours are not so absolute anymore, so that's been a challenge.
Gianna, I can see you working furiously with the yellow. Have you found it a useful colour for his skin tone?
No.
No, it's been, because I was wondering if it might be quite hard to work against.
Yeah. Normally, I don't do washes.
What's the motivation today?
It's like a security blanket in case I don't have the time to finish it. So, like, it looks like a finished piece anyways.
The artists have just 20 minutes to finish their paintings.
Alex, any challenges you see?
Glasses were one of the things I was rather dreading. And they're not malleable at all, they're just, they're there.
They either look right or they don't, sort of
Yes.
thing.
What's concerning me the most is probably that I'll lose the likeness, because I'm still working to get it, but then I'm afraid I'm going to go too far and just completely lose it.
It would shatter me if I didn't finish. So I'm just hoping that today delivers a likeness and a successful painting.
It's the final moments for artists painting space scientist Maggie Aderin-Pocock, historian David Olusoga, and dancer Sergei Polunin.
Sinju, your last-minute touches, what are they going to be?
Just try to make some final adjustments and make sure that any bare canvas gets covered.
OK, we'll get on with it.
Thank you.
I'm probably going to simplify it, but I think I'll have enough time to get the background in.
Artists, you have 5 minutes left.
I'm fiddling really now. I've just got to make sure it looks like him.
The ear is kind of glaring at me, but I've not got time to do it properly, so I'm just trying to add loads of details, like hairs and things like that.
There's only so much you can do. I'll keep struggling and hope for miracles in the last few minutes.
Artists, your time is up. Please put down your equipment and stand away from your portraits.
Thank you.
You look worried. Are you worried?
I'm not worried. Very excited.
Yeah.
But it's going to be tough, I think.
Yes. You're sort of rooting for them all. You've been here all day with them.
Actually, my heart is really beating.
Is it? I'll put you out of your misery. Artists, can I ask you now, please, to turn your easels?
Oh. Oh, my. Oh, wow. I think there's just so much information to take in.
Yeah.
Oh.
Right, should we have a closer look?
Yes.
Yes.
That's amazing. And I like seeing the hands and the torso. The eyes are beautiful. I just hope my eyes are like that.
Definitely, absolutely.
I look quite sophisticated in there.
You do, don't you?
I do.
Yeah, there's a really elegant.
And again, the window. It's if you're peering in. Beautiful. I think I look young there. The child burns very strongly in me, and I think it comes out in here. And the cascade of hair, I love that.
Right, Maggie, well...
Oh, no.
Sorry to do this to you, but I need to know which one you'd like to take with you.
I don't know. I love each and every one of them. Oh, gosh. So I think I'll go for Phyllis's.
Thank you so much. Well done, Phyllis.
And the eyes.
Well, David, your long reverie is over. How's it been?
That's been interesting. I thought mainly about work, which is probably a really, really bad sign. I should have been using it to have flights of fancy.
Well, I'm going to ask the artists to turn round their easels.
Wow. I've never been able to draw or paint, so to me it's kind of magic and alchemy.
Let's take a closer look.
Okay. There are elements of that painting which I think are just so realistic, and then there are elements that remind you that this is a painting. And I quite like that playfulness.
That's definitely what I was going for.
Yeah, I really love that. That's a face I know that I did. Sort of half grimace, half smile, whatever it is. Everyone was questioning the bravery of the yellow, but I think it's fantastic. There's thinking space to the right of frame, and that's wonderful. And there's sort of big blocks of colour that express how the light falls on my face. That's lovely. So I'm really brave as well.
Oh, good. Good. Well, we have to make a decision now.
Right. Well, I want them all. I think they're all wonderful. I do think Charlie has caught something which I recognise. That's the painting that really speaks to me.
Sergei, how did you find that?
Intense.
Okay.
Because you're still working, you know, like, and people read your energy.
Right.
So you feel it.
Well, I think it's time, artists, if I can please ask you to turn your easels.
Oh, wow. Well, super different from what I was imagining.
Oh, really?
Because, yeah, you look at the personalities.
Yes. Right, should we have a closer look?
Yeah. When you turn around, and fell in love instantly.
Thank you.
I see myself,
Yeah.
but it's better than what I am.
Better than you.
Yeah, that's the most important, is to
There
create
you go,
something
Lee.
better.
You made it better than Sergei.
But
Thank you
it's
so much.
really good. This one is more realistic. It's beautiful eyes you made.
Yeah, a lot happening in those eyes.
That part is strong, and congratulations. The way it's painted, it's beautiful, so when I come closer, it becomes a different painting. It became different colors, and it really works.
Okay, Sergei.
I'll go with my first feeling. I think it's Lee.
Well done, Lee. Done, Lee.
While the artists take a well-earned break, the judges look at the portraits they created throughout the day.
Sinchu's got this great sense of a thinking, breathing person. It's beautiful. The tilt of the head gives it a really romantic flavour. It's like every Russian scoundrel from Count Vronsky onwards.
Amy's a young artist, yet it's a great composition.
I don't know if I'm mad on the treatment of the hair, but I think Amy's done brilliantly with the colours.
I do like Lee's inventiveness, but it has the spirit of Sergei. For me, interestingly, the language falls down in the sparkly eyes. I can see why Maggie picked this portrait of her by Phyllis. It's got her suppressed exuberance.
It's almost too sweet, it's too chocolate boxy, but I love the way Phyllis played with the light on the side of the face. It's just joyful, isn't it?
No.
Gabriella's style of painting is very distinctive. The necklace, she hasn't defined it, so it's just suggestive.
The colour palette is beautiful, the oval works really nicely. And I do think that she's found a happy medium between doing something that interests her and that is flattering for the sitter.
Lynn's a superb portrait artist. These beautiful details, I mean, that watch and the jewellery are so well observed.
I'm less keen on the background. Actually, I think it was stronger around lunchtime.
Alex caught a rather sweet side of David.
My favourite bit are the shoulders. I think the highlights on the tops of the jacket just give him a presence and three-dimensionality. Gianna really connected with David. He's got a real sense of energy to it.
There's a humour there, there's intelligence there. It's just a bit flat for me.
Charlie's done something which is so refined and delicate. It looks like a fresco, it's so chalky. It's got a very subtle emotional component.
And David went for this painting because it evoked an emotion that he recognised.
The judges must now narrow down the artists to a shortlist of 3.
A sort of quirky artist today, don't you think? But in a good way.
This one is very quiet, but its power is in its quietness.
Yeah, I agree. I think this might be a bit too noisy.
I think I agree, but I find this one too troublesome in other ways. I keep seeing too much that's wrong in that one. Are you falling in love with that one more and more?
Looks nothing like the sitter, but I love it.
I think we should get rid of this one.
OK.
So for our final position in the top 3, we've got to decide between...
These 3, and I think we need to think about their submissions.
OK.
Artists, it's been wonderful watching you today. Thank you for sharing your talent and your good humour with us all.
Your finished work gave the judges plenty to think about, and they have now chosen their shortlist of 3. The first artist is Xinchu Zhang. The second artist is Gabriella Cohen. The third artist to be shortlisted is Charlie Hardcastle.
I've really enjoyed today. I've loved meeting all the other artists and finding out if I can actually do it. It's been a really positive experience.
To decide their winner, the judges look at the day's work alongside the artist's original submissions.
I think it's been a sensational day. I couldn't agree with your decision less. I'm really shocked on behalf of the amazing talent that you have not acknowledged.
Well, we have acknowledged them by virtue of the fact that we're here. Honestly, we have so many people apply for this show, so it is a tough competition. It gets better every year.
OK, well, you've got some explaining to do.
Hey. Right, well, let's start with Xin-Chu. What did you see in his work today?
I just see a beautifully painted character study. And equally, his self-portrait is a character study, contemplating existence, mortality, all these things. And the person he painted today, it might not be exactly like Sergei, but it has the spirit of the man and a spirit of a type of man.
But it doesn't catch, for me, the spirit of Sergei as he was present here, because he's a dancer. This is missing from this portrait.
But he was not moving today. He was very contained, and there is a sense of that in this portrait.
But you obviously disagree. Isn't portraiture great?
Isn't it? Well, this is it.
Yeah.
What made you choose Charlie?
Charlie, in his submissions, showed us that there's great emotional content with very little there. And I was quite intrigued how he was going to do that with David today. And he's done it that Charlie can find colours that are so vibrant but so understated, and through them find a very understated and quiet emotion.
I do think it's very good.
Gabriella gave us a really bold, interesting self-portrait, quite unlike almost anything we've seen before. Was she as original today?
She definitely moderated her portrait of Maggie, and I think it's good that she's able to be sensitive to the fact that she's here to do a portrait of a person. It's very much of Maggie through the prism of a Polaroid.
You know, we have lots of conversations here about how our artists use technology. Here we have an artist who uses it in a creative capacity, and that makes it dynamic and more exciting. And I will never convince you, Joan Bakewell. But, you know, as we always say, art is subjective. You know, unless portraiture keeps moving forward, it's dead.
Are you frightened of not being trendy?
No, I'm frightened of you.
Good.
Well, the new always makes people nervous, angry, and upset. Only time really tells.
Yep.
So you need to lead us. You need to find the thing, not just today, but in every episode, that will transform art forever. Over to you.
Thanks for the pressure.
Xin-Chu, Gabriella, Charlie, huge congratulations to each of you on being shortlisted today. However, only one can go forward.
The artist that the judges have selected is... Gabriella Cohen.
I'm so shocked. I was really not expecting that at all. I can't believe that I've won. I'm still trying to process it. Yeah, I'm speechless.
I really loved Gabriella's portrait. It's full of colour, and I'm really happy for her.
I think Gabriella's portrait definitely stood out. I think she really deserves to go through.
We're looking for someone to take the conversation forward with portraiture. Gabriella's really inventive, she's really playful, and then we're just thinking about all the promise of what's coming next in the semi-final. It's completely tantalising.
With my portraiture, I like to see the world in a different way, and hopefully I can produce something similar next round that the judges like.
Hello, we're here with a fresh batch of talented artists.
All eager to meet some fascinating sitters.
It's a brand new series of Portrait Artist of the Year.
Over the next 10 weeks, some of Britain and Ireland's most accomplished artists will have their skills put to the test.
Under a bit of pressure.
Creating a portrait in only 4 hours.
I've never painted so quick in my life.
I can't go back. I can only go forward.
Lined up to sit for them, a distinguished cast, drawn from very different walks of life.
Oh, wonderful.
Amazing.
I want you to make me look younger than Joan.
So we're allowed to move about and stuff, aren't we?
I mean,
no?
they prefer you not to.
How do you want me?
Comfortable. Yeah, great.
That's dynamic, I like that.
Shoulders high.
OK. OK, is that good? How does that feel?
Artists, can I ask you, please, to turn your easels?
I'm quite nervous.
Oh, wow. Oh, goodness.
Whoa!
Oh, holy monkeys, Batman.
And at stake is an amazing prize, a £10,000 commission to paint celebrated violinist Nicola Benedetti for the Scottish National Portrait Gallery.
But first, they'll need to impress our judges. Independent curator Kathleen Soriano, award-winning artist Tai-Shan Schierenberg, and art historian Kate Bryan.
If I make a mistake, how are you going to notice?
We'll do our best to notice any mistakes, dude.
So, who will have the self-belief?
If you can give me good vibes, let's go. Rory, you're great.
Rory, you're great.
Thank you.
And the staying power?
This is the same struggle that I felt with my self-portrait. Going over things, you know.
Artists.
To get them through to the semi-final.
Anything you found difficult about painting him?
It's the face and the hands, mainly.
Apart from the face and the hands.
Well, the T-shirt wasn't easy either. But...
Oh, well, I mean, the face, the hands, and the body in a portrait are not that important.
Of the 9 artists vying for glory today, 4 are professional. Teddy Lenner, Alicia France, Shane Berkery, and Araminta Laurie.
I'm really passionate about art. I'm really passionate about portraiture. I suppose I'd like to produce something authentic. All I can do is try and do my best.
And 5 are amateur. Kat Hughes, Tony Robinson, Joseph Dupre, Nicola Cummings, and Denny Waterhouse.
I've watched the programmes for quite a few years now, so it does mean quite a lot being here because it feels like I've achieved something really big.
While the artists settle into their new surroundings, the judges examine the self-portraits that won them a place in today's heat.
Judges, we have a wall of intrigue and delight for you this morning. The first one, a bit of an intense gaze looking back at us.
I love an etching, not just for the grubbiness of it, but also I get a sense of the metal that's been used to make it.
From the wispy beard to the lovely lines on the shirt, it's magical.
This next one is not my love child.
We've just got such a big, large head to get into, and you start almost looking at it in an abstract way.
Yeah, I think it's a tour de force in terms of detail without it being photographic.
It's so forlorn, isn't it?
I think what is absolutely magical is the way that they've used the drip of the paint to emulate steam on a mirror. It's just so intelligent to kind of break the dimensionality between the artist space and the painting itself.
It feels like we've been watching a film and it's between a couple of frames. I just think the colours are wild, but it works incredibly well. I think it's in the tradition of the ennui, the paintings of boredom.
You get the sense that she's surrounded by her friends, yet she's isolated and lonely somehow.
Now, what's happening here? The mask has slipped, there's some sort of scar on the neck.
It comes from another age, except that the mask clearly positions it in our time. But I love the restraint of the palette.
I feel so strongly in my bones that this is painted in Australia.
Yes,
and
I do as well.
Yeah, I have no idea
Why?
why. It's so convincing. I love the fact that the artist is silhouetted, and it's just so charming. They've got such a good handle on this cross-hatching, and yet it's matched with this extremely contemporary presentation, not just the pretty unflattering angle, but the way the head is decapitated by the bottom of the page.
This next one reminds me of paintings like The Marriage of Arnolfini. Instead of a globe or a skull, we have a cat and a hot water bottle.
Yeah, the symbolism is just glorious.
But you've got to worry about what an artist can do in a day, because this could have easily taken a year. I mean, it's spectacular.
Well, what a tantalising wall. Let's see what they get up to.
With favourite pens and brushes selected, the artists are now ready to meet today's sitters.
Artists, with your sitter today, dreams can come true, and the semi-final is not out of reach. Please welcome singer-songwriter Gabrielle. Hello, hello. Have a seat.
Oh, wonderful.
Amazing.
You should have seen the gasp of delight and surprise when your name was mentioned.
After all these decades, thank you.
Are you looking for anything in particular today?
You know something? I'm vain. Just make me look as wonderful as possible, please. I'm just here at your mercy. Whatever you want me to do within reason, I'll do it.
So do whatever you like, just make her look amazing.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
They're going to find a position for you to sit in all day. I'll leave you to it.
Right. Where do you want me?
Okay.
It's not fair that somebody's going to get ahead.
Yeah, if you can face kind of that towards that general
That
direction.
way? Yeah. Is that okay? Oh, that's beautiful.
Artists, this world-famous tattoo artist, television presenter, and former ballerina has amassed a huge social media following, and she is in herself a sort of work of art. Please welcome Grace Neutral. You're very welcome indeed. Now, I know that it was because of an accident when you were at the Royal Ballet that you took up this world. What happened?
I dislocated my hip, so that took me out the running. But then I found the world of tattooing, and that kind of just took over.
It took over you, didn't it?
It did, yeah.
Now, the artists are going to discuss with you how you're going to sit for them.
Yeah.
I'm going to leave it to them.
Hi, guys. Do you want me to do anything with my hands? Cross my legs?
What would feel natural?
This is kind of a natural pose for me, I guess.
Okay. Artists, your sitter today is an actor whose roles span from the Tudor period in Wolf Hall via the Renaissance with Medici into the 1960s with The Queen's Gambit. But here for you right now is Jacob Fortune Lloyd. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome.
Thank you.
You have a lot of period drama on your CV, Jacob.
I do.
Out of the three different looks, Tudor, Renaissance, 60s, what was your favourite?
I mean, wearing fur and leather in the summer.
No, but at work I'm talking about.
No, the 60s.
Yeah. Excellent. I will leave you in their capable hands.
Fantastic. So, how would you like me to sit?
Perhaps at this sort of position,
Like
with
this?
the arms on the wrist.
You need to be comfortable because it's going to be 4 hours. So.
Had a second cup of coffee, which is definitely a bad idea when you've had to sit down for 4 hours. OK.
Artists, you have 4 hours to complete your portrait. Good luck, everyone. Your time starts now.
Many artists will have some nerves when it comes to painting a portrait against the clock. But for one, today's 4-hour time limit is something of a luxury.
I paint outdoors quite a bit, so I'm used to painting fairly quickly because of the sun. And I don't usually get a sitter to sit for me if I'm painting a portrait for as long as 4 hours, so this should be a treat for me.
Newcastle-born Tony Robinson is an amateur artist now living in County Wexford, Ireland. His self-portrait was made in Florida when Tony was painting outdoors and came across his reflection in an empty shop window.
Tony, where do you think the essence lies with Jacob?
Well, I'm trying not to get involved in the features too much.
Okay.
While on the one hand, people say with a portrait, you know, catching the essence of the person and all that, I don't really believe in that very much, to be honest.
Okay,
I think
like that. And all that, yes, okay.
if I think of a nose as being a nose or an eye as being an eye, I get bogged down. You're far better to find the shapes, find the abstract, and then you'll have an interesting painting,
Okay.
I think.
It seems to be working for you, so I'll let you get on with it.
All right, thanks.
Gabrielle is one of the best singers that I've ever heard. This is a person who I've been waiting to paint all my life. I mean, it's just incredible. I can't believe that I'm here painting her. You know, I'm so impressed.
Art teacher Nicola Cummings lives in Harrow in Middlesex. When she's not painting, Nicola likes to sew and is part of a group that has made costumes for the Notting Hill Carnival and the London Olympics.
Nicola, you're off to a flying start. You've given us a 3/4 length figure, the background's already filled in. And are you pleased with your sitter?
I'm very pleased with my sitter.
She's got a nice body language, hasn't she? Gabrielle's really holding herself.
Yeah, I normally do kind of quite close up.
Yeah.
Because we've got this wonderful, sensuous black fabric. Let's use it and paint it as well.
Well, it's a really good-looking start.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Can I ask, are your eyes tattooed?
Yes, I got my eyes tattooed about 11 years ago. It's a pretty traumatic experience.
Wow.
I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah, I'll probably pass on that one myself. But,
Yeah.
but it makes for a good painting, so...
Thank you very much.
Alicia France is a professional artist who also works part-time as a receptionist. Her old master's-inspired submission was painted on aluminium, which is also her preferred surface today.
So, Alicia, how did you start working with metals?
Well, I started off etching.
So you had enough with scratching into the metal and decided you were going to paint on it instead? What are the things that you have to sort of consider that are different with working on metal?
Obviously, it sits on the surface very differently than the oil paint.
OK.
And I found that the lighter the colour seems to stick better for some reason.
OK.
It can be a bit difficult getting them first layers on.
Well, you've done well in that challenge.
Hopefully.
Shane, it seems to me you have lucked out here. What a fantastic profile that is.
I know. I'm really happy with it.
Did you come with a game plan today?
No, not really. I'm just going to try and be patient and try catch the likeness as best I can. But I do usually take around 2 weeks to complete a painting.
Okay.
So 4 hours is, yeah, it's quite a struggle.
Shane Berkery is a professional artist from Dublin. Working from old family photographs, his art is influenced by his Irish and Japanese heritage. But his submission was based on something a little more contemporary.
I watched this movie called Colour Out of Space.
Right.
Nicolas Cage is in it.
Oh, that explains a lot.
Yeah. This colour invades this place and things start going a bit mad. So that's what inspired me to use those garish, horrible colours.
Oh, it's a brilliantly bonkers portrait. You've been given some colours today to work with. What do you make of those?
Yeah, I'm going to have to figure out what to do with the background.
OK.
I think it's all a bit brown.
It's very brown.
Yeah. I might try make it less brown.
The artists have been working for almost 1 hour.
You feeling good?
Okay. A few little corrections in the drawing.
Okay.
And I'm trying not to make them too good looking because it's just wrong.
Yeah, exactly. Serve him right.
I'm happy with the composition. How she sat down was very elegant, so I want to capture some of that in the final painting as well. I feel very nervous.
Grace, I think she's a wonderful sitter. I'd like to get as much detail of the tattoos as possible. They're kind of just separate works of art in themselves, aren't they? I'm just hoping it'll look all right, yeah.
Here at Battersea Art Centre, the artists have spent an hour painting sitters Gabrielle, Grace Neutral, and Jacob Fortune Lloyd.
So how are you finding sitting? Very relaxing, I imagine.
Yeah, kind of relaxing, yeah. I'm sweating like crazy. Don't capture that.
Just saying that made me add 5 shine spots on your forehead. For me, portraiture isn't about, you know, making a pretty picture of someone. So I've taken a fisheye photo. I'm going to try and warp his features into something a little bit less statuesque.
20-year-old Kat Hughes from Liverpool is studying for a degree in filmmaking and dreams of becoming a film director. Her self-portrait in acrylic took 40 hours to complete.
Kat, I'm beginning to wonder whether Jacob was just so good-looking that you had to do something weird with his face.
Almost exactly it.
Is it, really?
Yeah, I wanted to put a new spin on his gorgeous chiseled features.
And what are the dangers of the fisheye approach?
Sometimes it can come off as a bit gimmicky.
Okay.
But that's really not what I'm going for.
Well, I love the tension, him sort of gripping that space.
Yeah.
Well done.
Thank you.
Araminta did lots of details. Sorry to talk about you, Grace, in
That's
such
all right.
like you're an object. But have you painted tattoos before?
I have. I've painted a large hawk moth,
Okay.
but I did have 2 weeks to do that, so...
Okay,
Yeah.
this is a slightly different proposition.
Araminta Laurie studied art history before completing a master's in fine art at Sotheby's Institute. She painted her self-portrait after being inspired by a recent visit to a Rembrandt exhibition.
Your self-portrait is very reduced in tone. Here we have Grace sitting, and there's a whole different sort of colour range.
I love exploring colour, but I don't always paint exactly like the self-portrait. I do start with an earth palette for the skin tones.
At the drawing phase, that's where you are now, is it happening for you?
Yes, I put her at the top because I really love this high ponytail, and the sweep of her hair really frames her face.
It's a great start. I'll let you carry on.
Thank you very much.
Denny, hello. You're making a beautiful big drawing here, over life size.
This is quite small. Normally I draw about 2 meters big.
So that presumably allows you to have a lot more freedom with the marks that you're making?
So I think the cross-hatching is what I shade it in with and makes the tones even out.
Great. Well, I really love the proportion and the scale already.
Grimsby-born Denny Waterhouse is studying for a degree in drawing at Camberwell College of Arts. She's recently begun taking commissions via social media and hopes to one day become a professional artist.
So your submission was really striking, but pretty brutal.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's not the nicest.
I wouldn't portray myself like that, even for the sake of a good picture. So clearly I'm more vain than you. You were using a mirror?
It was from a picture, I think. I wouldn't let anybody see it, but the drawing of it, I was fine.
So obviously you've done something gentler today for Gabrielle, and you really, really filled the page.
Yeah, I probably had a bit of the background subtly.
Great. Well, feels like it's going to be an exciting piece.
Thank you.
In this series, the sets take inspiration from the colours found in nature.
Kate, the colours are very rich and very varied today.
We've taken our inspiration today from coastal tide pools. So behind Gabrielle is this beautiful colour to represent kelp. Behind Jacob are the colours that really make us think of the actual rocks inside the rock pools. And then here behind Grace, we've got these extraordinary blue and purple tones, which are mussels.
Jake, of course, is handsome to a huge extent, so there he is. What do you think of him as a sitter, then?
Well, I think he's a good sitter. He's one of our actors who I think is sort of half Jacob and then half sitting as a character, maybe. I think Gabrielle looks incredible against her set. There's something about, like, her dark clothing and the great lines in her hair against these soft browns.
And, of course, Grace has left her face completely white, which looks wonderful, particularly against a very dark set.
Yeah, and also picking up the kind of blue in the lenses that she's wearing.
I have to correct you.
Oh.
She isn't wearing lenses.
Oh, OK.
Her eyeballs are tattooed.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that extraordinary?
Yeah, they've got a lot to think about, the artists in that section, because it's kind of like art within art. So I've got high hopes for the artists.
Great.
Everything's actually going amazing. From what I can see, everyone's approached it very differently, whether that be going in with a lot of detail or just kind of doing more loose brushstrokes. So it's going to be very interesting.
I'm super excited just because it's a new experience. You know, they're all talented, but just capture my good side, please.
I'm loving it. I've heard some dismay at my, quote, angular face. I hope that it's not too hard to catch. I'll be complaining to my mum later.
Well, first I'll be focusing on the proportions of the face, and then gradually I'll build up each layer of the oils onto that. I'm trying to get as close to life as I can. I want it to be as realistic as possible and to exactly mirror the way that I'm seeing him now.
London-based Teddy Lenner originally trained as a car mechanic before becoming a professional artist. His work combines hyperrealism and surrealism and is influenced by Caravaggio and Salvador Dali.
Teddy, we love your self-portrait. Will you have enough time to make the painting of Jacob as detailed?
Well, for that, self-portrait had a lot longer. I spent 2 months working on my self-portrait, so it's quite different when I come to this painting now.
How much work do you do from the tablet?
I find it better to be looking at Jacob mostly. I've got the exact angle that I want of him there, and I've just got the tablet just occasionally to look at that.
Do you feel competitive?
I'm thinking I'll win. As long as I can get on and quickly add the oil colours, then I've got a chance of winning at least.
OK, we'll let you get on.
Thank you.
Unlike artists working in traditional media, one is completing the drawing stage of a monoprint. He'll need to trace his image, place a clean piece of paper over a perspex plate covered in ink, and follow the lines of his tracing so the paper picks up the pigment.
Joseph, you have chosen the road less travelled.
I have. When I come to the printing stage, it's pretty much done blind because you can't see where you're placing the ink on the page.
Sounds high risk.
Very, very high risk. Because when you're drawing, every pressure you make on the piece of paper will produce an effect. So you end up with a really unique and unusual result, which I quite like. Fingers crossed.
Norwich-based Joseph Dupre works as a GP. He loves to work in different media and spent a day creating his self-portrait etching.
Now, how does this pursuit of yours match with being a doctor?
Well, I managed to work it so that I work sort of 2 or 3 days a week GP, and then the other 2 or 3 days a week I devote to art.
You aren't inclined to say, yes, please come in. Can you just sit there for a minute?
I am occasionally.
The artists are reaching the halfway point in today's competition.
Yeah, it's going all right so far. The hair's going to be probably the most challenging part because there's so much of it, it's going to take a lot of work to fill it in. Yeah, I've just got to keep going.
I've blocked in the drawing that I'm happy with, then I've moved on to tones. It's not there at the moment, so I'm hoping to get there.
On the left side of the portrait, there's some green that I'm not too happy with. I'll have to figure that out. I think I'm calm, yeah? Yeah. I don't know.
2 hours have passed since our 9 artists began painting Grace Neutral, Jacob Fortunoid, and Gabrielle.
I want to know what exactly you're using.
Want this?
Yeah, what is it? It looks...
This is just a takeaway container.
That's fantastic.
It's the easiest way to keep the moisture in.
Loving it.
Halfway. How do you feel it's going?
I think every single artist started incredibly well today. So well, in fact, that there were at least 6, I'd say, that I wanted to ask them to stop after the first hour because I was so happy with what I was looking at.
Wow, wonderful.
Well,
OK.
Dangerous.
Let's get into the detail, then. We'll start with Gabrielle's paintings. There's Shane and Denny and Nicola.
I love Denny's cross-hatching, and I love the way that she's so confident in doing it that it becomes just a beautiful tapestry of marks.
But there's also a beautiful expression in Gabrielle's face that Denny's caught. There's humour there, and I think it's lovely.
Shane is doing a very professional job. Yes, I sort of regret the loss of some of those acids that we saw in his self-portrait submission, but he's creating a beautiful profile view of Gabrielle, and I think it's incredibly promising.
Jacob is having his portrait painted by Kat, by Tony and Teddy.
I think Kat's really interesting because she's gone in with the fisheye lens.
Why would you use a fisheye lens?
Well, Jacob's an incredibly handsome fella.
He said jealously.
And it's not just a formula. She's trying to find him through a different medium, and I think it's working.
There's some weird proportions that will come through, and there are dangers in whether or not that will actually work in the finished thing.
Tony's approach was quite traditional. What I'm liking, actually, is now Jacob's becoming an abstract shape, and I love where it is hovering at the moment.
OK. So we've got Grace being painted by Alicia, Joseph and Araminta.
In Alicia's submission, we had this fantastic figure with all of these different fabrics and textures. I would hope we'll see the same sort of lavishly represented depiction of the tattoos as we do maybe with the velvet or the hot water bottle.
I like the way Araminta's interested in shape and form. It's always a slightly enigmatic character she's created around Grace. Of course, at the moment, we see it without any of the tattoos going on. So it'll be interesting to see how that changes the portrait as the afternoon goes on.
I'm a very emotional person, but I think people can see the tattoos and it can completely take over a narrative in their head. To see if they kind of can see past them will be really interesting.
I'm feeling nervous but excited at the same time about the reveal. I'm not going to peek, I'm going to wait, simply because I think that's more fun. I'm patient, patiently waiting.
I think of myself quite often like a kid in grown-up clothing. It'd be interesting to see if it captured a kind of childlikeness behind the eyes. I've heard a lot about fish eye with Kat, which is all very intriguing.
I'm trying to get as much paint on the canvas as I can because I'm very aware of the time. Getting a real sense of emotion from a portrait, I think, is more important than anything else. That's why the eye is the big focus of the middle. And also the seriousness of the expression has kind of swerved it away from being a caricature. Well, I hope it has anyway.
All artists will want to capture their sitter's individual character, but not everyone will look to find it in the face.
Tony, what made you decide on that framing?
Athletic sort of guy, and so including the torso and the hands reflects that.
Right. Anything you found difficult about painting him?
The face and the hands, mainly.
Apart from the face and the hands?
Well, the T-shirt wasn't easy either. But...
Oh, well, I mean, you know, the face, the hands and the body in a portrait are not that important.
Joseph, I saw you inking up the Perspex slate.
Yep.
So they're basically ink sitting underneath there.
Yeah, so oil paint and pigment underneath. Whenever I make a mark, it press through onto the second piece of paper under here. Any mark you make with your hand obviously comes through as well, so there's that patchwork of textures, which I quite like.
Well, enjoy it.
Thank you very much.
Alicia, that's a beautiful portrait already.
Thank you.
Do you normally paint on metal?
Yeah, but the thing is, with the dark paint, I don't know why, but it doesn't stick as well.
Oh.
So just keep piling it on.
What's the dab of colour there by her eye? Did you trip and fall on the canvas?
I was like, oh, should I do a background? And then I put the paint on, and I was like, no, I don't want to do it yet.
It's like you're being attacked by a splodge. I'll let you and the splodge get on.
Thank you.
There's just half an hour left, and it's not just the artists spotting areas for improvement.
Shane, what's going on behind the neck? It looks like there's some correcting that you've been trying to do there.
That's the highlight, yeah.
Ah.
Must fix that as well, then.
Yeah, just maybe a little bit of refinement or something?
Yeah.
I'm at the point where I'm adding the light, where the light is coming onto his forehead, how it's glinting off of his hair, and a little bit on his cheekbones and his chin as well. Yeah, I'm starting to feel a little bit tired now.
The day is ticking on. I wouldn't mind a little bit more time on the hands and this ear that's in the shadows at the moment. It needs to be much lighter. There's much to do and not much time either.
After nearly 4 hours of painting, the artists are putting the finishing touches to their portraits of Gabrielle, Jacob Fortune Lloyd, and Grace Neutral.
Just working on the final print, putting in all the extra tone, and we'll see what the final result is.
I'm just adding some background now. Whether I do the whole canvas, I'm not quite sure. I feel like she needs some metal showing for some reason.
Artists, you have 5 minutes left.
The main thing I'm worried about now is that I do a last-minute correction and it ruins the whole thing.
The moment I reveal my portrait to Gabrielle, I'd feel very, very nervous about it. And I've got my fingers crossed that she feels the way I feel.
Artists, your time is up. Please put down your equipment and stand away from your portraits.
Gabrielle, Grace and Jacob will each be taking one of their portraits home with them. So it's time for the artists to reveal their work.
How was your 4 hours?
Oh, you know what? It was incredible. My heart goes out to these amazing artists.
Let's not put it off any longer.
No,
shall we?
let's not do that today.
Okay, all right. Artists, can I please ask you to turn your easels?
I'm scared. Oh, wow. I'm loving the capturing of my hair. Ooh, child, I love this too.
I'm going to stop you there, Gabrielle, because we're going to go and have a closer look.
Okay. It's amazing. Loving the use of the colours there. I'm loving my hair.
And it's picked out the earring. Just
yeah, and
giving
I
you that.
love that. Just little shimmers, and it's beautiful. I could see that there was a section where my hair was, and I thought she's not going to be able to do that in time because the pen looked really fine. So she's super fast and amazing. Wow. You've got so much detail in there. I'm loving the way you've captured the texture of my outfit. Yeah, well done.
OK, it's decision time.
On the basis of the fact that I don't look as old as I really am, I'm going to go with Shane.
Well done, Shane.
Grace, you can relax. I think you were always relaxed, weren't you?
Yeah, I've just been thinking about what I'm going to have for dinner.
You decided?
Yes.
In that case, we can ask the artists to turn their easels round.
I don't know where to look. Oh, wow. Oh my God. Yeah, I just feel a bit speechless right now. I'm kind of overwhelmed. This is stunning. I entered my 30s a few years ago, and it's really nice to see myself in more of like a womanly way.
Oh, brilliant.
So thank you, I appreciate that. Oh, I just feel like the ultimate boss in this picture, you know? Like I'm just sat on my throne.
That's good.
Waiting to rule. This is truly beautiful. I feel like it kind of plays on my more childlike, naive side. I don't know, it just made me feel really pretty, and I'm very happy that it's me.
And now comes the moment of decision.
Oh, you're all extremely talented, but I think, Araminta, your portrait just speaks to me, so thank you.
Wow. They are all so brilliant. I grew up watching a lot of late 90s, early noughties hip-hop videos. So this is such a dream come true to see a fisheye. I feel like Busta Rhymes. It's so cool.
It's amazing.
Absolutely amazing. I love the broad brushstrokes of it, yeah, and the likeness and the light on the face and the shadow on the other side. It's just so much in it that's interesting. It's so detailed. There's something in the distance, isn't there? Oh my God, that look.
Yes.
It's,
Right.
I'm gonna go with the one that reminds me best of my misspent youth and go with Kat's fisheye.
Well done, Kat.
For our artists, the hardest part is over. But for our judges, it's just beginning.
Teddy's taken the kind of angularity of Jacob and sort of broken it down into these lines.
It's really nice as well to see the range from his self-portrait, that he can do something that's almost more sensitive, more delicate.
Tony's portrait is all about the posture, and it's about the depth you get from the front of the body right back through his shoulders.
There's so much thought in the eyes and the way the hands are positioned. I'm so glad he included the hands.
Kat's fisheye is bonkers.
I think it's really clever that she's able to do something which is typically kind of fun and surreal and give it that seriousness. That's clever.
I love the composition that Nicola determined to go with.
Some bits of the painting have gone a bit flat, which is a pity because the whole thing was much more exuberant early on. Denny's drawing is masterful, and the head has got just this immense volume to it.
I think the composition could have been stronger, but I have absolutely no complaints about these beautiful crosshatches. I think Shane dealt with the view that he had beautifully.
It's a great likeness of Gabriella, but I do miss that sort of experimental edge that he had in his submission.
I think Araminta has given us this very serene person, but there are hints of something sort of under the surface. And the way in which she's used that sweep of the hair, I think, is really clever.
I think Joseph has caught Grace's spirit. There is a chunkiness to Joseph's print which wasn't true to life.
But I think the tattoos are fantastic, and I think the sense of this kind of punky, rebel spirit comes through.
I love the way in which Alicia has built Grace's face up with the little bits of colour. It's rich, it's luscious.
If it wasn't for the fact that it's covered in tattoos, it could have come out of the Dutch Baroque period.
To help with their decision-making, the judges pare down the artists to a shortlist of 3.
I think one or the other of these two should be here. And actually, the one on the right has more mystery.
I'm feeling like this one lives in a completely different sphere. It
Okay.
doesn't quite live in the sphere that I'm living in at the moment, let's put it that way.
And there's a completeness and weight to these three.
Yeah.
I really like these three.
They're
So,
really
okay.
good three.
Artists, it's been a real pleasure watching each one of you work today. Well done.
It's never easy, but the judges have chosen a shortlist of 3. The first artist is Tony Robinson. The second artist is Araminta Laurie. The third artist to be shortlisted is Kat Hughes.
Oh, it's so sad that I didn't get through. I really enjoyed meeting everybody. And to meet Gabrielle, bonus!
Well, we have 3 from a strong day, it felt, today. So what does Araminta show us today that you don't learn about her from her self-portrait?
The colour palette is so subdued in the submission. And today she's amped up the colours, and I love seeing the way that she allows it to inflect into the hair and then gently into the skin and the shirt.
There are no tricks here. There's no artifice. It's a straight-on, good quality portrait.
Now, Tony, the cynical side of me, there is one. Maybe he can't paint faces and hands and hair. Well, he can.
Yeah.
I have a problem with the likeness. He felt that other things were more interesting to him, but as a whole, it works fabulously.
I find that the hands look like hands from someone who's been in an abattoir.
You think they're dripping with blood?
I know, yes.
Do
Dripping
you?
with blood.
They're dripping with blood.
Yeah.
The hands might not be perfect, but they're important in creating that sense of depth. You know, that's a real challenge for an artist. You know, he had to find that depth in the portrait.
Kat is studying film. She has an eye for a story, doesn't she?
It's like she's directing 2 movies here, and they're both suspense dramas, aren't they? Bordering on a thriller.
Are you telling me it's Psycho?
You have murder on the mind today.
I do.
But no animals, people.
I love what Kat's done today, but how close is it to being a gimmick?
It becomes a gimmick if there are 10 more after this, I would say.
You wouldn't need to watch TV with one of these in the room, would you? You could just let your imagination run.
So, abattoir fingers, Psycho, or cool and interesting? There can be only one.
Araminta, Tony, Kat, you can each be proud of having made it to the final 3. However, there is only one place for the semi-final.
The artists that the judges have selected showed a confident range and a narrative depth across their submission and portrait today. And that artist is Kat Hughes.
What is going on? I usually don't have that much confidence in my art, and the fact that I've got through to the next heat is just, it's like the best feeling ever.
Kat smashed it. I did my best to put her off because we were standing alongside each other, but no, she nailed it, and good luck to her.
I think Kat's work's beautiful, and her self-portrait was just stunningly rendered, so I think well-deserved.
Kat is a brilliant winner. It's so exciting for us to find a young artist who's such a strong storyteller. In her submission, it was all about the cool tones. Today, it was about the fisheye. We really can't wait to see what she produces in the semi-final.
So I'm about to call my mum and tell her the news.
Hello?
I need to book a train to London for next week because I've got through.
Oh my God. Oh, that's amazing.
Are you crying?
Yeah. Oh, I'm so chuffed. Oh, God, I'm bursting.
thousands of artists applied, few were chosen.
And another 9 of them are here today to show us their amazing talent.
Welcome to Portrait Artist of the Year.
With just 4 hours to produce their best portrait, today's artists must prove themselves worthy of this year's prize. A £10,000 commission to paint globally acclaimed violinist Nicola Benedetti for the Scottish National Portrait Gallery.
4 of today's artists are professional. Ruth Swain, Michael Hughes, Karen Coe, and Callum Stevenson.
Can you hear me, Callum?
Yeah. Sorry.
Is there any... No, that's all right. I wasn't being passive-aggressive. Can you hear me, Callum?
And 5 are amateur. Kwesi Awatwi, Amy Jury, Jasmine Barber, Jamie Andrews, and Yevgen Nahirny.
I would say it's much more about painting rather than the sitter.
That's a painter's painter.
As the artists prepare to meet their sitters, the judges study the self-portraits that earned them a place in today's heat.
A wall of portraits for us to look at and talk about. Aren't we lucky?
Oh, incredibly.
Yes. We could be dead in our graves.
We could be.
But we're not. We're here. We're looking at art. Right, the first one is Game of Two Halves.
It's very odd. I love that disruption in the face, but I don't quite know what's going on.
I think it might be a cracked mirror. And it's a refracted view.
A mirror was punched in the making of the self-portrait.
Clever woman.
Got it.
This one's bursting with youth.
It is. I mean, it's just a portrait of a sort of a millennial artist. All of these fantastically strong colours, the trainers. In fact, the trainers are bigger than the face. So I like this playing around.
This one feels like a still from an animation.
You can almost feel the artist doing all the lines, but at the same time, it's got this strange tightness.
It's really arresting.
They say art isn't rocket science, but in this case it is.
Who says art isn't rocket science?
OK, art is rocket science.
I really love when an artist brings in an object which is intriguing. And I like the fact that the artist is just toying with this rocket as if it were a bottle of beer. There's a sort of just a nonchalance about the whole thing.
It's sort of a study in miserablism, isn't it?
The light is beautiful. The reflection on the table is beautiful.
I think what's extraordinary is the sense of weight of the body. It's not only a tired person, but it feels heavy and tired as well.
I always think with these sorts of compositions that they've got a religious aspect to them. They're sort of praying.
Yeah, I completely agree. I feel like it's very religious as well. It's got the sort of pensive spirituality of a Madonna. And at the same time, this is an exercise in his bald head. It's amazing.
It's extraordinary what this artist has been able to do with, I think, quite a crude medium of drawing. And I think the mouse is an extraordinary... I mean, it's just the detail in it.
So well executed.
We get value for money with this one. I count at least 3 self-portraits, several other portraits, and a bra.
But what's really interesting is you don't really get to understand much about the artist in terms of their face, because we see them in the iPad, which is small, and then, of course, the thing that they're painting is obscured, and then them with their back to us. What a fantastically clever composition.
Our final painting looks like something profound has just happened.
Yeah, definitely self-portrait in crisis, or it looks like a couple of rounds have been fought.
I love the way in which the sort of ruddiness of the face is picked up. Really rich.
Wow, well, a wall bursting with narrative. What will be the story of today?
Oh, yes.
Ready to get started, it's time for the artists to meet their mystery sitters.
Artist, your sitter today, shot to fame as a schoolgirl in Trainspotting. She's appeared in epic dramas such as Boardwalk Empire and No Country for Old Men, and she's recently played a detective in Line of Duty, so behave yourselves. It's Kelly MacDonald.
I'm good. I'm probably more nervous than you.
What are you nervous about?
Like, my kids have drawn me.
Right.
And that's been quite upsetting. So I'm hoping that I don't look like a really bony Miss Trunchbull.
Right, OK. That you've got your instructions. So I'm going to leave you in the charge of your artists who'll help you find a pose. Good luck, everyone.
Hello.
Hi.
So sitting-wise, apparently I perch quite a lot.
I don't know how comfy that would be for 4 hours.
Oh, you're Scottish,
Yeah,
I heard. That's nice.
Whether it's Fleabag, W1A, Little Birds, or the Windsors, your sitter today has the capacity to charm audiences, whatever role he plays. Please welcome the hugely talented Hugh Skinner. Welcome, welcome.
Thank you.
Very nice to meet you. I'm used to you in so many different guises. Today, you have to play a sitter.
I know, terrifying.
Have you ever sat for longer?
No, not for more than 5 minutes, yeah.
What do you expect?
Oh, I don't know. I'm interested to see whatever you do.
Well, I'm going to hand over to you so that you can engage Hugh as you wish. Off you go.
How would you like me?
Pick a spot to look at, just
sort of around there.
Yeah.
That's all good, I
Is
think.
that all right? Great.
Lovely. Artists, your sitter today is a brilliant actor who cuts an impressive figure in period dramas like Rome and Mr. Selfridge. More recently, she's earned a global fan base in the bodice-ripping Netflix hit Bridgerton. It's Polly Walker. Hello.
Hiya.
All right.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you. Polly and I worked together on a Miss Marple, but we're not looking for a murderer today.
No.
Well, if we do end up, things will have taken a very unexpected turn. We're looking for a portrait of you. How do you feel about sitting for a portrait?
I'm really excited. I've never had my portrait done, so yeah, I'm thrilled, and I just hope I can be a good sitter for you guys.
All right, well, I'll leave you in the hands of your artist. Good luck.
So do you have any thoughts?
Does
do you
your
want
hair
my
always sit down like that, or does it go back a bit? Oh, that's nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nice.
I like that.
Yeah. Lovely.
Artists, it's time. Good luck, everyone. You have 4 hours to complete your portrait, starting now.
See your tiny little bit of fringe, would you be able to move it a tiny
That
bit?
bit that I cut myself last week because I was bored.
Yeah.
There may be benefits to mapping out the canvas with absolute precision. But some prefer to take a looser approach and go with their initial impressions.
Crazy, the atmosphere in here is incredible. And you're bouncing around backwards and forwards. I mean, do you always work with this level of energy?
Yeah, I'm quite expressive with my work. I like to start off really loose.
Yeah.
Use different mediums. My chalk pastels and my charcoal and colour pencils are really important for my process. I feel it brings a kind of rawness to my drawings.
Aspiring filmmaker and gallery assistant Kwesi Awatwi is an amateur artist from London. For his self-portrait, he used the same mixed media approach as today, to create an effect which embraces his love for cartoons.
Part of me feels, looking at your submission, that what's really important to you is the energy and the movement in the work, maybe less so the likeness?
It's a bit of both. I think because I come from an animation background, I've kind of brought it into my work.
So coming from animation, when you're looking at Polly, are you creating characters for her in your head?
Absolutely. I see a very confident woman. Yeah, it's very brave and, you know, very strong. So
like
I'm just
superpowers?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, well, amazing.
So yeah, I'm just trying to work.
I'll go with that.
Jamie, you've gone off like a rocket. You got somewhere to be?
I've only got 4 hours, so I'm trying to get it done fast.
Okay. The green has made an appearance, but very brown to start with.
I do like underpainting just to map out where the features are placed.
Okay.
It's
Are we
not
going to
gonna
see
be-
lots of colour?
Yeah, I think so. I always want to create something bold and bright and happy.
Amateur artist Jamie Andrews is an illustration graduate from Wiltshire. With ambitions to build her own art brand, she has a growing reputation online selling colourful prints and accessories. Her self-portrait took 30 hours to complete.
You have tattoos on your self-portrait?
Yeah, my mum's a tattoo artist.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah.
Do you have the same taste in tattoos?
No, she's more of a rocker.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So she wants to get status quo on your back, or not that kind of rocker. That's the naffest. I've just gone for the naffest rock band. I'm so uncool.
She's more like 80s, like hair metal kind of vibes.
Well, like Metallica. I don't know why I'm doing that now. This is getting worse.
I've started with an acrylic paint wash background. It's nice and dark, and a dark background really helps me when I'm painting. The colours just seem to sit really nicely on it, but whether that background stays or it gets all covered up, I don't know yet. It depends how the painting feels as it goes along.
Amy Dury is head of art at a sixth form college in Brighton. With a background in printmaking, she only started painting seriously in the last 5 years and created her self-portrait during a very challenging time.
In your submission, you were very hard on yourself. How did that happen?
Yeah, it was around the time that I was getting some treatment for breast cancer, so I did sort of exaggerate, looking a bit bruised and beaten. I wanted to sort of show that sort of feeling at the time.
But what is impressive is that you were painting even then.
Well, yeah, I mean, because I stopped working, I thought this is the perfect time for me to concentrate on portraits, which I hadn't really done before.
So now it takes up a lot of your time?
It does. I look forward to getting up every day and painting. That's what I love to do.
And what do you think about Holly?
Absolutely fabulous. I mean, she's got a fantastic face. I want to get the shape of her hair, which has got a beautiful flow and curl to it as well.
The hair's wonderful.
Yes.
That's very lovely.
Thank you.
Well done.
It's important to capture texture in a portrait, but before tackling details like hair, skin or clothing, it helps to get the features of the face correct first.
I would like to get the likeness mainly. I think that's one of the most important things in portraits. So I'm trying to make sure I get things down as accurate as possible.
Glasgow School of Art graduate Callum Stevenson is from Bonnybridge in Scotland. In his self-portrait, a toy rocket replaces a coffee cup to represent his departure from adolescence as he graduated from university. It took 80 hours to complete.
Callum, what size brush are you using?
Tiny. It's
Zero,
like
zeros, something.
5/0. Yeah.
5-0.
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
can get smaller than this.
Can you now?
Yeah, I'm sure you know.
Usually, there's a sense of artists working from the broader, and you go right in immediately. Is that how it works?
Yeah.
And the brushes never get bigger than that?
No, they do. So I like to get the detail done first, and then I'll move on to the much bigger brushes. The bigger brushes bring in like a structure. It becomes almost like a model. You build it up after the details are there.
So at some point, you're just going to have to really
explode with colour. And
I'm in awe, I must say. Kelly's eyes are looking fantastic.
Cheers.
The artists are reaching the end of their first hour.
I've got all like my base colours down. I'm just working out the proportions, but it's quite hard to get the depth of the face from straight on, so I just hope it goes well.
I feel I've got a really good likeness, but it's so finite, the little details that you make, and you can mess it up so easily. So trying to make sure I don't lose that.
I'm feeling okay. Definitely seeing that confident woman, but likeness, I'm still finding it as I go, so I'll find it gradually.
Done my drawing and I'm just starting to put down some colour, which is the important bit, I think. And then the rest is up to the art gods, because I have no idea how paintings appear after that, but they seem to. Yeah, it's all up to the gods.
Here at Battersea Arts Centre, 9 artists are into their second hour creating portraits of Kelly MacDonald, Hugh Skinner and Polly Walker.
Just got to stretch.
Are they hurting already?
And actually, my elbow is.
I mean, I think you're doing the arms, aren't you?
Yeah, I am, yeah.
You're doing my whole body, I think, aren't you?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to keep it together for you.
Cheers, thank you.
She's very poised, and I was initially thinking I could put more of the hands in and the chair, but actually just really enjoy painting faces quite close up.
Professional artist Ruth Swain chose to enter with a triple self-portrait based on a painting by Norman Rockwell. After a career in advertising, she now paints full-time in Oxfordshire, where she's inspired to do her bit for the environment.
Ruth, I see you've come prepared. There's one you made earlier on the other side of your board.
Oh, yes. I recycle my boards.
Oh, that's what we like to hear.
So this was the one I picked up. That's an oil that I did on the back. So normally I paint oils.
Yes.
I've done a lot of watercolour as well.
But still with the watercolour, the underdrawing is going to be really important for you.
Really important, yeah. If I can get the drawing really accurate, then I can feel a lot freer when I start painting.
Great.
Thank you.
When Kelly was announced, I was just drawn by what she was wearing and the background, so everything seems cohesively warm, and hopefully I can bring out that atmosphere.
Kerin Coe is a professional artist living in Swindon. Having trained in medicine and worked as a junior doctor, she returned to her native country of Malaysia to study fine art and graduated in 2017 with an Outstanding Achievement Award.
Kerin, I like the way you've picked the perfect colour for today's set. It's like you knew. Are you feeling comfortable working in this orange?
It'll be a challenge, definitely, because it's a very strong and loud colours, and she's wearing quite warm colours as well. Undertone of the
very complicated
sweater.
jumper pattern.
The way I paint can be quite loose, so it'll be fun to actually interpret it.
Kerin, Kelly's looking very romantic in the autumnal orange. I'll let you get on with it.
All right, thank you.
Great portraits can be years in the making, but for artists who are used to taking their time, it's not just today's competition forcing them to adapt their approach.
We're having a baby daughter now. I've got used to, when I get my time to paint, I've got to do it quickly, not fuss, so it's been good practice, actually, really.
Gallery attendant and professional artist Michael Eudes won the Scottish Portrait Awards 2019 and came third in the BP Portrait Award 2020. Although he's learning to work faster, his portraits can take up to 10 months to complete.
I love this abstract piece of paper to
Oh,
the left.
yeah,
which
sometimes more interesting than painting.
It's all these blush tones, and actually you've used all of those colours already just in that tiny space.
Yeah, there's so many different colours in a face.
Are you not intimidated by this white background that you've got? Had you considered putting in some green early on, or are you going to ignore it entirely?
I normally use quite neutral backgrounds, so I'll have a think before I do.
Whatever colour palette an artist chooses, they'll often draw inspiration from the natural world. And the backdrops behind our sitters do the same.
Tell me about today.
Today we are stealing our colours from leaves. You know, we're used to thinking of them in terms of being green and lush, but they come in lots of different colours, depending on the light. They have almost an iridescent blue. And then in the autumn, we have a wonderful range of oranges and russets. I mean, I was worried about Kelly with those orange colours. I thought she was going to disappear, given that she's got this red collar. So we've set the artists a challenge, and they've gone in there to find what they need from the sitter.
Now, hue is against my favourite colour of all, which is this very strong green.
Well, I think because it's so strong, they're seeing Hugh as a very strong sitter as well. It's really defining him.
And Polly against blue.
Because she's wearing navy, because she's got dark hair, it means that the features are sort of popping, and the artists are loving that elegant sweep of her hair across her shoulder. It's working really well in that section, I think.
I don't particularly care about my hair, but I've been listening to what the artists have been saying, and they can take what they want from what I'm presenting on that day. I don't want them to look too deeply into my dark and twisted soul. Yeah, just make me look pretty.
Today, I have chosen to wear what I wear a lot. And I mean, I absolutely love green, so I've got green socks on. I don't know if anyone's getting the hooves, but they love the green.
I don't draw. I've got an interest. I used to draw faces when I was a teenager. It felt like that was my teenage thing. I would do little drawings from posters of people that I fancied.
I find that it's more delicate using a pencil because you've got more control over it. I've tried using watercolour before, but to be honest, I really hate using paint. I mean, I really appreciate looking at paint. I just can't deal with it myself.
24-year-old reinsurance broker Jasmine Barber is a passionate amateur artist who dreams of making a living from art. Having watched Portrait Artist of the Year since she was 15, she never believed she would one day be taking part in the competition herself.
How's it going?
I think it's going okay so far.
Yeah, it looks looking great.
Thank you.
What challenges have you faced today with Kelly? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I mean with you. But...
Yeah, I'm interested to hear the answer.
Yeah, the initial outline was really tough. It took me much longer than I thought. And I'm really pleased to have got where I've got with it, actually, because I didn't think it was right.
It's really right. That is definitely Kelly.
You should leave it a secret until she sees.
Oh, you didn't know, in case she doesn't know you're painting.
Most have chosen a standard head and shoulders composition, but one artist has his own take on this.
Yevgen, what's the objective for this particular style?
I want this idea of two discrete blocks that are almost the same, but ever so slightly different. I like this idea of a little distortion between the two elements, and I think it's nice to elaborate on that.
Mathematics student Yevgen Nahirny painted Geraldine James on Portrait Artist of the Year 2019. He created his self-portrait using two small mirrors, one of which he deliberately cracked to create distortion, an effect he's replicating today.
Surely it's a lot harder to find the likeness. I mean, I'm now looking at Hugh and trying to sort of like slice his head in half.
It's almost, you draw this bit here, you find out where it cuts, and then you just shift it over. You just,
it's easy.
You just
oh,
take
yeah,
it off.
now that you explain it like that, Yevgen, it's easy. Just do it like that, yeah.
It's harder to paint, but at the same time, if I make a mistake, how are you going to notice what's glued together?
We'll do our best to
not?
notice any mistakes.
The artists have just over 2 hours left.
You all right? I'm fine. I'm just keeping the blood flowing.
I'm really happy with her nose that I've done so far. The nose has gone well, which is a good sign. Now it's just about finding the hair, which is going to be quite a big deal.
I'm feeling quite confident, just trying to at least get the big blocks of colour in, and then I'll be putting in the details at the very last hour. But at the moment, it seems to be going at the right direction.
I feel like I've still got a really good likeness of Kelly, but I need to make sure I get the rest of the face done and start the hair. So my biggest concern is still time. It's starting to get away from me a little bit, and I really want to make sure I get it done.
So now I'm just adding a bit of monotone glaze, so there's no big bulging white. And then start painting over it, yeah. Just adding a bit of colour. Hopefully there's enough time, but we'll see.
Nine portraits are being created of actors Hugh Skinner, Kelly MacDonald and Polly Walker.
Your
eyes actually more green or blue?
They are.
Yeah.
Apparently.
2 hours in, the judges reflect on the work so far.
The halfway mark. How do we feel about the day?
I think today a lot of the artists have worked quite slowly. I'm pleased to see that they're speeding up a bit, but it does worry me when we start slowly.
I think that's because technology is used quite a lot today, and there's been none of that expansive sort of splashing around with paint.
I think in Polly's section, the artists aren't using so much technology, and as a consequence, the beginning of their session was actually quite a high energy because they were trying to capture something as quickly as possible. And I think Amy's work is really strong at the moment. It's as if Polly's emerging from the bruise of paint that she's put on the surface. But now we want the hair. I think that is going to give it a sort of more expressive quality.
Portraits of Hugh. Within the first half hour, Jamie had gone to town with the colour.
But what is a bit uncanny is usually you get artists who get into the eyes quite early on, and Jamie's sort of kept away, so we've got a sort of scary ghoul like Hugh staring out at us.
Now, Yevgen,
I think it's always fun to meet an artist when they've got an interesting take. And whilst I really love the device, the likeness isn't there. So that makes me less forgiving.
I actually think the likeness is there in the drawing, but I think what's not there is the softness, which hopefully will emerge as the painting comes in.
so let's consider Kelly.
In Kelly's section, two of them, they're working meticulously. And Callum got Kelly's eyes, and you could see it was Kelly. That was extraordinary. And everything is absolutely spot on.
And Karen.
What I'm looking at the moment is a very smudgy Kelly that's appearing on the canvas.
There's something rather romantic, but I don't know how long it's going to take her, and I think she needs to speed up a bit.
We have some people who are meticulous and exact, and then we have other people who are wildly free. What a medley.
I think it is as I expected in a way. I've watched the show so many times. I feel like I've been here before. And they're using their screens quite a lot, which is actually making me feel more comfortable. Because, you know, I don't feel like I'm being eyeballed.
I'm looking forward to seeing what the end result is. I haven't looked, so I'm going to see it like a pregnancy and get a surprise at the end and see what my baby will be.
I'm hoping for 3 very detailed likenesses of Brad Pitt. A haircut would be nice. I haven't had my haircut for about 6 years. In fact, don't turn to the side, you'll see my bob, my medieval bob. Anne Boleyn in all her glory. So chop all of that off. I'm joking. No, we've decided to see whatever they do.
I like painting him. He's got a good angled face to paint. The thing that's concerning me is getting the eyes in, because I've left them till towards the end. I'm just gonna try and get something done quick.
Yevgen, I've been watching you paint Hugh's forehead. And then you rub it out.
Yeah.
What do you mean, yeah? What are you looking for?
Oh, it's just the right colour.
So is there a feeling to your painting you want? Or do you a look, or is it both, or?
It's always a mix.
Has it got anything to do with Hugh? The feeling that you're trying to look for?
I would say it's much more about painting, the strokes, the atmosphere, rather than the sitter. I would say it's stylistic.
That's a painter's painter. Hugh. Again, okay, I'm looking forward to seeing this in some kind of complete form.
Me too, hopefully.
Whether they have 4 hours or 4 days, artists will continually reassess their work and decide where to focus attention.
The background had to go. With the blue in the background, you couldn't see the wonderful shape of her hair. So really, the creamy colour is really just to throw her forward. So I'm just hoping that's going to happen.
I've got the face done. The next challenging part is the hair in the background, and I have an idea on how I want the hair and everything to kind of look, but I always leave the hair till last because I hate it.
Can you hear me, Callum?
Yeah. Sorry.
Is there any? That's all right. I wasn't being passive-aggressive. Can you hear me, Callum?
Can you register me, Callum, please?
Would you please? You're doing great work. Are you finding this an easy day?
It's pretty fun, but I wouldn't say it's easy. It's not perfect.
Well, at the moment, with the white, she looks a bit like a nun.
Yeah.
Where do we go from here? Hair?
Yeah.
Ears?
Have I just got no hair anywhere?
You've got a face. Everyone's given you a face.
That's nice.
You have
Aw,
skin.
Thanks, guys.
You've got 3 sets of skin. They're working on the rest.
The artists have just half an hour left.
We see here quite a smudgy way of painting. Are you going to make her sort of tighter?
I'll try to keep it quite loose and keep the atmosphere, and I'll be putting in the details.
Okay, so that's what you're striving for today?
Yeah, it's amount of time that's left.
Well, yeah, there's not much left, but you're doing really well so far.
I'll try to finish it.
Just about getting the face finished up, but my priority is just going to get her in, really. Got plenty of hair to work on.
Feel free to give me a haircut. It's been a while.
So I've just started working into the eyes. I just feel like they're just giving me a bit too much. Yeah, I just want to soften up those eyes.
Yeah, I'm feeling a little bit panicky because I've put down probably more colours than I would like, but I might be able to pull that back.
I'm quite stressed at the moment. I've got the hair at the top and the background left to do, so I'm trying to make sure I get something down at least. So if I can do that, yeah, it's quite stressful.
Hugh Skinner, Kelly MacDonald and Polly Walker have been sitting for almost 4 hours. And the artists are deciding which areas need refining in the remaining time.
Is there anything you're not touching?
I have decided now to leave the shirt and some parts of the hair as is, just because I can't resist this background coming forward.
I think that's a good choice. Probably not allowed to say that.
I feel like time is against me at the moment because I've focused quite a lot on the face, so I'll need to like finish all the details. Oh, getting stressed.
Artists, you have 5 minutes left.
I'm gonna have to pick up the brush size to really go quick now. Worst case scenario, I just don't finish it.
I'm kind of coming to terms that the time's nearly over, so I'm just doing the smallest little changes.
Artists, your time is up. Please put down your equipment and stand away from your portraits.
At last, the sitters get to see the finished portraits and choose their favourite to take home.
How you doing?
Not great.
You have any clue what's waiting for you?
No idea what's happening.
Artist, can I please ask you to turn your easels?
Oh, holy monkeys, Batman. Oh my gosh. I'm astounded and I'm very proud. I feel very proud.
Right, let's have a closer look. Jasmine.
Amazing. I've got coloured pencils at home. I mean, this has just never happened in my house. I'm sort of speechless.
Callum, there's a real tenderness to your portrait.
It's an incredible likeness, I think.
Yeah.
It's just amazing.
Karen.
It's astonishing. And the jumper's in there. It's just gorgeous. Thank you.
Right, Kelly, you get to take one home with you, and only one.
Oh my God. I can't. I don't think I can.
You have to.
I have to.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to go with Callum.
Well done, Callum.
Thank you so much.
Will you please turn round your easels? How do you feel?
They're amazing. They're all so different.
OK, Hugh, let's have a closer look.
I feel strangely sort of self-conscious, but it's amazing. It's so detailed. That's fantastic. I mean, I feel like this is really flattering. Amazing eyes.
I'm glad you like them.
I think it's great. They're really bright, the eyes.
Now, this calls for an explanation.
So it was from the same perspective. One is just ever so slightly shifted.
It's fantastic. I really love it.
Thank you.
Right, Hugh, come to make your choice. Courage.
I'm going to go with Yevgen.
You survived.
Yes.
What was the experience like of being scrutinised?
I decided to be zen about it and just be there for them.
Well, here we go.
Wow.
Artists, can you please turn your easels?
Wow. Oh, my God.
How about that?
They're incredible.
Right, let's have a closer look, shall we?
Can I?
Yes,
Yeah.
please. Ruth.
I can't believe it. It looks so like me.
The way your hair shines.
Good job I washed it yesterday. I love the colours and I love the stuff around the back.
Gives it sort of real energy and vibrancy.
I think it's beautiful.
Thank you. And finally, Kwasi. You can see the amount of effort and energy that's gone into the work.
Gosh, that's amazing. Well done.
Great work. OK, Polly, that's the result of their labours. You get one to take home.
Oh, my goodness. I'm just going to go with my gut and I'm going to go for this.
Amy, well done.
Thank you so much.
Now the artists have done their bit, it's time for the judges to examine their work.
I think Karen's made a really rather beautiful painting, the way that she's brought in a really lovely atmosphere.
And I love that sort of smushiness that she does with the paint.
I love the cool, restrained quality to Callum's painting. Actually, the likeness is really spot on for me.
There is no doubt. It's perfect representation.
But it's also, it sits very beautifully in that white square. I think it's a very elegant painting.
I was very impressed that Jasmine went so big. This is not a quick medium by any stretch of the imagination.
What is extraordinary is the luster of the skin, but I think we can see in the problems of the likeness is an artist who hasn't stepped back. I like the way Yevgen spoke about disrupting how we make likeness. It's always been between the eyes, the nose, and the mouth, and Yevgen's gone, no, I'm going to cut it through.
As a result, when I put it together, I'm not finding that likeness. But as a work of art, I find it intriguing.
Jamie's start was so painted, and as she's got tighter, there's a tameness has come over this painting.
But I think she's a young artist. She's got a great facility in it. She sort of needs to work out what she's going to do with it.
I think Michael's an artist. He likes to work quietly, with lots of time, and we bombarded him today. We were all around him, but despite that, I think he's produced a really precious piece. I think what Kwasi managed to do is to bring all that energy in.
I mean, I really admire the fact that Kwasi went for more of the figure, but it doesn't feel strong enough as a portrait for me.
I loved the way Amy's work appeared out of this chaos of blue.
And right from the very start, she picked up on the rhythm that was in Polly's hair. For me, that's the strongest part.
I was confused by Ruth today because she was using watercolour in such a kind of rigid fashion.
There is a kind of heavy-handedness to it, but it's a very competent portrait, and I think it's a great likeness.
Before the difficult task of choosing a winner, the judges select a shortlist of 3.
These are not unrelated, and I find this one more interesting than that one.
Me too.
And these two are doing something completely different.
Do you think so?
They're artists that I think could warrant a bit more talking about, especially alongside their self-portraits, actually.
Yeah, let's talk about these 3 a bit more, and then from there, the winner.
No, that's a very strong shortlist.
Artists, you have really given it your all today. It's been a pleasure to watch your work.
After discussing your portraits, our judges have chosen their shortlist of 3. The first artist is Karen Coe. The second artist is Amy Jury. The third artist to be shortlisted is Callum Stevenson.
Congratulations to you, but to all the others, well done too.
I really enjoyed today. It's given me an opportunity to meet lots of lovely people, and to see their work has been really lovely.
Well, it's always a delight to see artists' work in front of our eyes, and here we are comparing today's work with their previous work.
And it's always a revelation. So you see the consistencies, you see the stylistic focus, and actually it makes them stronger.
OK, well, let's deconstruct that a bit. Tell me what you learned here.
I think what's lovely about Karen is that she's shown us that she's a great colourist. Her submission is very subdued, and here today she demonstrates that she can use these bold colours.
And I also see that consistency of mark making, the way in which she sort of smooshes the paint. We often see artists sort of creating muddy portraits when they work in this way, and she doesn't. There's a lightness of touch that she brings.
Can we move the explanation on to the next paintings?
It's interesting seeing what Amy's been able to do when the light has been different, because in a submission, of course, light plays a very important role. And I suddenly realised Amy's strength isn't about light, it's about human emotion.
What about her treatment of the background today? She was worrying about whether to put the colour that was actually there.
She used it very effectively to bring the background into the foreground and make it the blouse, but as a consequence of kind of rubbing out to create this hairline, she's given her this halo, which I don't know how much it works, but the face is marvellous.
Callum obviously only had 4 hours today, but you can see where it might end up.
The style that he gave us in the portrait today is quite different from the style that we see in the self-portrait.
I see what you mean. There's a flatness in his Kelly today, but what is also beautiful about Callum's work is its clarity, and the likeness is phenomenal.
I mean, he really caught her.
Well, from those 6 paintings, we need 1 artist, please.
OK.
Karen, Amy, Callum, it's a proud day for all of you because you've made the shortlist. However, only one can go forward to the semi-final.
The artist that the judges have selected came with a clear plan and stuck to it, producing an elegant likeness. That artist is Callum Stevenson.
Speechless. I don't know how I feel. I just can't believe it. I'm so gobsmacked. Like, I cannot believe this is happening right now. It means a lot.
Today has been a meaningful and interesting experience indeed, and I'm just really glad to be able to be a part of it.
My money has been on Callum since I saw his portrait. It's absolutely beautiful. He's going to do brilliantly.
What we love about Callum is every single mark deserves to be there, and overall you get this wonderful sense of clarity. It was a fantastic likeness, and it was just cool and elegant.
The semi-final, I'm going to have to collect my thoughts and figure it out from there. I have no idea. I don't know what I'm going to do.